Alright, well, let's pick things right back up with anime. Hello there. Who might you be? We're lawyers. Mia Faye. Nice to meet you. At me. Luna at me. How did you get in here? Hello. Luna at me? That's a familiar last name. The owner of Cool Company. Okay. Luna, why does that sound familiar? We're here because of an investigation. A murder happened. Oh my, how horrible. So, if it's alright with you, we'd like to ask you some questions. Go ahead. I like to be of help. I don't like her. She seems cold. You're just jealous. Please explain why I'd have to be jealous. What's with you and people being jealous today? At least my hair is still making sense. Well, whatever. This girl's hiding something. I'm sure of it. Yeah, I noticed something interesting, too. Time to confront her. I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure how to elaborate on that. Okay. Cool Company. So, just out of interest, what does Cool Company produce? We produce coolants and cool materials of all types. Would you like me to elaborate on our businesses? Sure, go ahead. I'm interested. Cool Company does, as the name suggesting, deal with coolants and other cold things. Coolants and coolant-related accessories. Water, ice, or other liquids are specially prepared to cool whatever they have to. None of our partners are highly influential. For example, the IBO or Doors Inc. Doors Inc. By the way, I am not the CEO. My husband is. I am really sorry for not mentioning that earlier. You might have mistakenly assumed that. But if you want to know how we actually managed to become such a big company... Sure, good. Go ahead. I had the feeling you're wasting time there, but oh well. Okay then, the story begins more than a century ago. Oh. Alright, I haven't told you that my name used to be Luna von What? Luna von Doppelboringen. Alrighty then. Alrighty. It began in 1913. My ancestors were already in possession of a decent fortune. Fortunately, they predicted the outbreak of the First World War and fled into the Ottoman Empire. That way, they managed to protect the fortune from the economic disaster that followed. However, with the Ottoman Empire participating in the war, they didn't feel particularly secure even there. They were right again. The Allied forces had secretly been plotting the end of said empire. Shortly after, they managed to flee into England somehow and start their business there again. But they weren't really successful and sailed over to America. The Great Depression didn't affect them that badly, and they managed to establish a business. Then came World War II, and the weapons industry was flourishing. Naturally, said industries had quite the use for effective cooling materials. Contracts were easily formed, and the business became bigger at a steady pace. However, it was still nothing compared to our size today. Alright. Very cool. Around the year 2006, the IBO signed a groundbreaking agreement with Cool Company. They ordered unbelievable amounts of ice. Oh, excuse me. Even though they are quite a big organization, you might not know about the IBO. Do you want me to elaborate on that as well? Sure, go ahead. The IBO was founded in 2014 by, oh my god, Jonathan Ferdinand Wilhelm Waldemar. I'm gonna try. Equestria's Thringen. You taking the piss, Blackrune? IBO means International Butler Organization. Provide their trained butlers on an international scale. Nowadays, every butler needs their approval, or he wouldn't have his job for much longer. I'm learning about quite some strange enterprises today. International Butler Organization provides ice. IBO provides training for butlers to fulfill the high requirements. As for what they needed the huge amounts of ice for, I have no idea. Regardless of their reason, we made quite the profit. Soon after that, major hardware and software developers noticed our efficiency. We even managed to form contracts with Sea-Link Inc. and Doors Inc. Oh, my apologies. Maybe you do not know those names. Should I elaborate? Actually, everyone should know about Doors Inc. I'd say it's common knowledge. Oh? But I really want to. Elaborate. Please? Nah, fine. Thank you very much, Miss Faye. Where were I? Right, Sea-Link Inc. and Doors Inc. Unfortunately, I cannot really remember the details regarding Sea-Link Inc. I'm sure you meant fortunately. They're developing mostly some odd software. I do not understand such things too well. Doors Inc. is a similar case, albeit slightly more famous because of its size and influence. Founded and led by Will Doors, it grew and grew. Now they control the market because everybody buys their PCs. Yes, of course, Doors Inc. makes PCs. Windoors. There it is. Windoors is also It's also a quite successful product of them. Anyway, both firms realize the usefulness of efficient cooling systems for their hardware. We produce the best of the best. Alright then. A few years ago I met a fantastic man and made him the CEO by marrying him, though. Would you like to hear the story? He's told me a lot of exciting tales about himself. No, we'd rather like to talk to him in person. Oh, too bad. I would have loved to tell you. Well, he's been quite busy for a while. A lot of orders to handle. A while ago he had to go down. Maybe you should come back later. Usually returns to pick me up later. Come to think of it, what the hell? Isn't it way too early for work? Good start of luck, I suppose. I mean, when you're a CEO. When you're a CEO, you're absolutely getting down on the ground floor and handling orders directly and shit. That's a very CEO kind of thing to do, you know. Oh, I'm quite troubled now. I've got other things to elaborate on. What should I do? Don't worry, I'm sure we'll find something more relevant for you to go on about. Like Miles Edgeworth. By the way, did someone called Miles Edgeworth drop by here tonight? Oh. Do you want me to elaborate? Yes, gladly. You see, I usually keep watch on the main entrance through the windows. It can get a little lonely in here during the night, so I don't know what else to do. So I spend the time looking at who is entering and leaving this location. Looked outside into the night and saw nobody. Never heard of or seen a person with the name Miles Edgeworth. As if he'll know would have done the job. Anyway, this is strange. Yeah, does that mean he lied when he left the house? He said he'd visit Cool Company, yet he never showed up here. I'm not sure what that could mean. This little ice princess here is lying, of course. Okay, I guess we can... Obviously, a running PC is the first thing to check out. What have we here? Orders, dates... Doesn't seem useful. What is it? You think this could be useful? Oh no, but back then I had use for even the most insignificant piece of information. Are you should have stopped relying on bluffs. Maybe you'd still have your job now. Anyway, this is interesting. The stuff the CEO has recently been working on. Suspicious. Fine, I'll take a picture. Technically, this wouldn't count as legal evidence, but nobody seems to care about that nowadays. Okay, business report. Let's take a look at this shit. Oh, hello, that's an overlay. Nope, that's the wrong overlay. Don't mind me, ignore my tabs. Full company report 922, DGE. That's a lot of profit. Cool water, cool heavy water, cool ice, cool dry ice, cool other, cool merchandising. All right. That is certainly a thing. Happy now? Let's hope you'll come up with a good bluff. Leave it to me. You'll see. He's acting as if he's even proud of it. Don't mind us, Miss CEO's wife. Books, too many of them. It's what is called Element's Destiny, Ancient Powers. Apparently about a group of chosen heroes trying to save the world. Element's Destiny. There's also a sequel called Origins, which is actually a prequel. Okay. That's pretty generic to me. Elements, Destiny, Ancient Power, Fate. Elements, Destiny, Fate. Feels like a Final Fantasy reference, but I don't know. Ancient Powers. It's the Origins that's a prequel that gets me. What's in here? Nothing. 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 Anybody who wants to call themselves a real investigator should always check the trash bin. Come on, really? You're gonna make that time frame? What do we have here? Ominous letters. Those in a trash bin. This has to be important. Let's see what was written here. Hello? What the? This is... You've got to be kidding me. Interesting reaction. The contents of this letter are creepy, to put it nice. More importantly, look at the signature. All these have been written by Larry. Oh, what? Well, maybe they classify some strange form of love letter. Addressed toward a certain Luna. Well, what a twist. And more evidence we can use. But I'm not sure about presenting embarrassing stuff like this in a courtroom. Love letters added to the court record. Hey, why is there no press for more detail button? Okay, Nick. You keep breaking the fourth wall. You don't want that, trust me. Well, let's see what this shit says, at least. And the trash bin is CEO of Cool Company. Cheesy love letters written by Larry from Luna. And particularly interesting in there, just a lot of creepiness. Alright. I present this letter. If I try to elaborate on that, how about this then? Ever seen this before, Mrs. Atney? Yes, I have seen paper before, even with things written on them. Okay, you meant the actual content. Did you write this? Oh, I'm sure I would remember that. I don't know anything about this. Well, that is strange, because apparently a certain Luna wrote this. An amusing coincidence. But there are many Lunas on this planet, I think. Seems like I'm not going to get her with this. Okay, what about this? Alright, Mrs. Atney, ever seen these before? Those are... We found them here in this office, in the trash bin, literally right behind you. You literally watched us fish them out of the trash can. Trash bin? You checked our trash bin? You were in the room the whole time. How did you miss that? Anyway, those were written by a certain Larry for a certain Luna. And since we found them here, that Luna has to be you, right? And unless your husband's name is Larry, this proves you had an affair. But wait, how can letters prove such a thing? Well, I'd rather not quote it, but I do not know what those are about. Those were just random letters I received. Aren't there these things called stalkers that do things like that? Not bad, Mrs. Atney. Even this is apparently not enough to crack the ice. It was worth a try. What about this? Try this again. Okay, that didn't change anything. How about this? How about this? Industrial espionage. Alright, I think we're done here. There's something I'm missing. Alright, let's get out of here. Go straight to Larry's house. Right to the detention center. And... back to church. Take me to church. Oh, nobody here. The lights are on there, and they're probably inside. Looks like the corpse has already been taken away. Wonder if they found anything that we missed. The autopsy might reveal something new. Right, well, I doubt there's anything else out here. They replaced the corpse with the usual white outlines. Alright, inside we get. The lights are on. Is anybody home? I must say, with the lights on, it does look kind of impressive. Is this just the church theme now? Okay, fair enough. Windows still don't make any sense. Give me a break. It was already hard enough to edit the counter locations. Okay. Alright. I get it. What was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Anyway, where's that detective? What are you guys doing here again? Oh my, just who could that be? Obvious character appearance is obvious. Aha. Expected out of 10. Very funny. Wait, don't tell you. Oh no, you didn't. Pleased to meet you again, Mr. Gumshoe. We're Mr. Berg's lawyers now. Should have seen that one coming. But... sorry, but there's really no room for doubt this time. Oh? I'm sure you wouldn't mind filling us in on what you mean. Of course, but even you will have to give up this time. Is he really that eager to beat me? I must discuss the evidence with you. Sorry, very strict order. Guess it won't work this way. Alright, let's talk about the evidence. Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, go ahead. What did you and your colleagues find? Oh, you'll be impressed. We checked the whole courtyard. First things first, here's the autopsy report. Nothing too surprising in there. Alright. And... well, I tried to check for footprints. That doesn't really mean anything. There's stone roads which are impossible to check. Why are you checking for it at all, then? Aside from that, there was nothing suspicious outside except for the corpse. Well, what did you expect? The actual murder took place in the tower. Why would anybody drop something in the woods nearby? But maybe the murderer wanted us to think exactly that way, so that we wouldn't check. You just said you checked, and that you found nothing. Anyway, we found a bunch of decisive evidence in the tower, at least. Really? I'm listening. For example, the window. According to your testimony, it must have been opened after the light went out. Clear proof that the murderer opened it to throw the victim out. Yeah, we figured that out earlier already. By the way, are there any fingerprints on that window? Interesting question, but the murderer is dumb. There are absolutely none. It's quite easy to open the window without even using your fingers, so... interesting. Window updated. There's also the suspicious candle. The culprit must have blown it out so that nobody would be able to witness the crime. Yeah, that's the first thought that had come to mind here. Alright. Are you making fun of me? Okay, that one actually kind of worked. Huh? I never do anything like that. Any strange traces on the candle? We checked, but without any results. Even if there were originally fingerprints, they've been already erased and covered by the molten wax. I see. The wax was already dripping down on the side because it had been burning that long. Wait, there wasn't anything to carry that candle. So how did Larry transport it? He'd have had to carry it with his bare hands. I guess that could have worked. But how was he planning on getting back afterwards? Molten wax would have been too high. So much for planning ahead, huh? He's Larry, what do you expect? Wait, that's it? That's all you found? I guess. In short, exactly the same things we found as well. What about the cage? Cage? What do you mean? The empty cage at the crime scene. Didn't you think of it as strange? Why would it be strange? I mean, there's a lot of strange stuff up there. Yeah, but there was no dust on this at all, suggesting it was placed there only recently. Well, that still doesn't prove it's actually connected to the murder. By your information, no fingerprints or blood were found on the cage, so... how could this cage have any relevance? I just don't see what it could have been used for. That's the question. And that's really everything you found? How can you be so confident? Everything becomes clear if you had the key that was found in the victim's pocket. Key we found and handed to you afterwards. Oh, that's interesting. Would you mind telling us why this is so decisive? Not at all, miss. Not at all. Why decisive? I'm listening, Mr. Gumshoe. Explain your logic. You've already talked to the defendant. What do you know about this key? It's apparently the key that opens the door to the room in the tower. Exactly, but there's something else you should know. Only two of these exist? Right, the two keys of heaven. Seems like the defendant told the police the exact same thing. One of the keys went missing for some reason and ended up in possession of the victim. And from there, the victim had one key to enter the room. And he still had it when he fell out of the window. When he got to the door, it was locked, and when he had to use the victim's key. But the culprit couldn't have used the victim's key after murdering him since it fell down as well. So how'd he lock the door? A locked room mystery? Those always screw everything up. Who likes them? It's obvious. He had to use the key. His own. There's no other way. And you're saying that because of this, only the defendant could have done it. He's the only one with another key. So he's the only one who could have left behind a locked door. Huh. I question your logic, Mr. Gumshoe. It's flawed. Whoa, what? My logic flawed? That's perfect. 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 Your Novan karma, it's far from perfection. Allow me to challenge it right here. Shouldn't we save things like this for the courtroom to catch them off guard? Not this time. Don't worry, this shouldn't be too difficult. Good luck. This time victory's mine. Doubts. Fine, you're basing your accusation on the fact that the door was locked, right? Okay, what is this? That's right. Only he could have locked it. Case closed. Hold it. Is that a little too simple? What do you mean? Assume the defendant is the culprit. Why would he lock the door afterwards? Everyone else would have had a pretty nice reason to present us a locked room, except for the everyone else would have had a pretty nice reason to present us a locked door, except for the defendant. Oh, you mean that he would have dug his own grave by doing that? But wait, you're forgetting the motive. What motive? He confessed that he killed the victim by accident, so he never had any intentions to hide it away. No, I refuse to believe that this crime wasn't planned out. The facts are too clear. Would you really believe a mere accident would look like this? It's not a question of believing or not. There's no other explanation. Or did the actual culprit use the victim's key? How'd that have worked? Could have used it and planted it on the victim afterwards, right? Didn't you guys go check the corpse immediately? I couldn't have ran out and planted it on the corpse that quickly. What if we were lying and tampered with the scene? I mean, we took our time to contact you, right? A suspicious gap. Yeah, hey, Mia, are you sure about what you're doing there? No, you're just trying to prove a point, but isn't that a little extreme? Not our fault this is an out-of-service area. So you've been lying to me? I'm just pointing out the possibility. What if we lied about being outside when the lights went out? I guess that's impossible. Second thought, forget it. Really shouldn't question my own testimony. I'm here to fight the truth, after all. See? There's no other way. What if the murderer hid inside the room? A desperate suggestion. I know there's so much wrong here, but I have no better explanation. Really hid inside? What would that change? Simple. The victim was the one who locked the door. After that, the real murderer came out, killed the victim, and hid again. A risky gamble, but if he managed to slip out after he opened the door. It's rather dark up there. Wouldn't say it would have been impossible. All of that just for a locked room illusion? That's a rather outdated trick. Even I considered that. Who made him switch into competent mode? The victim came inside and locked the door again. But the only time it'd make sense for him to lock it would be right after entering. In that case, the murderer still wouldn't have gotten inside without a key. He's right. Unless Larry let him inside for some reason, it wouldn't make sense. Considering the test of courage's conditions, it's very unlikely he'd have done that. Well, but what about... Crap. This theory doesn't make sense, but I can't think of a better one either. Objection! Alright, what do you got, Blackrune? Mr. Gumshoe, I don't see the problem with the suggestion that the killer hid inside the room. What? Well, I just explained that after the victim locked the door. He couldn't. And there's your mistake. Whoever said that the murderer would have to enter after Larry? Didn't I already say that nobody except the victim and the defendant had the key? True, but... Do we know whether the door was locked before the victim arrived? We don't know the state the door was in before the crime. We only know the result. Whoa, what? Why wouldn't it be normally locked? To be honest, the defendant looked like someone who could forget locking a door behind him. Maybe the door had been open the whole time, allowing the murderer to hide in there beforehand. Wow, nice one. That could even explain why there was no struggle. I don't think it's the actual solution, though. Just helping you with it. Just helping you win this. To be honest, I paid very close attention after we entered the room. And I'm sure nobody tried to sneak out until the police arrived. But they could go with an alternative even though it's a very implausible one. Well, I'll stick with the culprit we have in our hands already. Considering the prosecutor, it's probably also the one who's going behind bars for this. Same as always, huh? Wait, might not hurt to know a little more about the prosecutor. Yeah. Sharp, drastic music cut. Holy shit. So you already know who the prosecutor is going to be? Yep, you've probably heard about her. Legendary prosecutor Franziska von Karma herself. Oh, I've heard about her. Then you should know that she's never lost a case in her entire career. Not that surprising, right? She's the daughter of the legendary Manfred von Karma. As far as I know, he's also never lost a case in his entire life. But there were rumors. Wait, shouldn't you be really worried now? Worried? It doesn't matter, since I believe in my client. But she's never lost a case! It's the first time for everything. But the longer you wait, the more painful it's gonna be. You know how it feels to lose a case, so even if that's gonna be the result, I will still fight. But I wanted to see you squirm. Believing in my client? Fighting for my client till the very end. That's the real essence of being an attorney. Nice speech, but I think that's all we're gonna get. All we're gonna learn here. There were surprisingly few clues left at the crime scene. The murderer must have carefully planned everything. Be careful, I think we're dealing with a very intelligent mind here. Don't worry, I'll be able to handle whatever is gonna await me in court. Nothing important here. No offense to believers, but very strict order. God. Okay, what else do we need to do to get through this here? I know they know nothing. Yes. Jumping around here, trying to find what I need to advance things, and there's a clock here. One of the old-fashioned big ones. Looking for a clue? I doubt there's one here. Just a clock. Who knows? Probably rather heavy. Maybe it could be used for some trick. Well, the absence of marks on the ground indicates that this one hasn't been moved around. Even I'm not really sure what kind of trick you can perform with a heavy clock. Wait, upon closer inspection, something does seem strange about this clock. Really? Take a look at that time. It doesn't display the correct time. Oh, wow. You're right. It's roughly 10 minutes ahead. And the relevance to the case? I don't care. I found something wrong with this clock, and I will take note of this. Clock acquired. Well, I've won cases with seemingly far less relevant things. As have I, but without bluffing my way through. This is enough to advance the plot. It is. Oh? Luna is gone. There's someone else here, though. A man. So this is probably her husband, the real CEO. Well, who have we here? I'd like to make a deduction. But egads, I've already retired as a detective. You must be Mr. Atme, correct? Not a bad guess, Mrs. Fay. Indeed, Luke Atme is before you. How'd you figure out my name? Elementary. The members of the Fay clan wear magatamas like the one you have. That and my wife told me about you and that you've been looking for me. I see. Well, there are some very important questions I'd like to ask you. I'm a very busy man. Make it short. Actually not sure what to ask him. Let's just see where this will head. This is an interesting song. I see, you want me to help you with making a deduction. Sadly, my dates as a detective are already over. So you're not going to be of any help in that regard, I see. Alright. Look at me. You're the CEO here, correct? Oh, certainly a position befitting me. But I'm a little confused. Your wife told us that her family led this company to success. Well, true, I only have the rights because she enabled me to, but... why couldn't she have kept being the CEO even after the marriage? Are you implying I wouldn't be capable of handling this position? It just sounds like discrimination of gender to me. A little bit. Well, if it eases your mind, Luna does technically still have more authority around here. I'm at her mercy. I can only help her with the management as long as she allows it. Alright, I see. CEO in name only? Of course I would never disappoint my sweet Luna. What have you been doing before marrying into your new job? I used to be a detective, but this could hardly be of relevance here. Well, time to ask him about something else. I just know the right topic here. Luna at me. About your wife. You know that she... well, you know. I'm able to deduce what you are trying to imply. I love my wife. She's not like those unfeasible women that never listen. Well, that's a concerning opinion. But let's not get too private here. Maybe it's actually better if I keep my cards hidden for now. Should change the topic quickly. Miles Edgeworth. Does the name Miles Edgeworth ring any bell? I must admit that I have never heard of such a fellow. Any reason to believe that he has a connection to this company somehow, though? There's a good chance that he came here tonight. Well, in that case, you must have been misinformed. I had never heard of a Miles Edgeworth. But why did he mention this company, then? Well, do you know a Larry Butts? Or a Peter Berg? Most certainly not. I'm starting to wonder why you even came here. Was it because of a murder? Quite frankly, I do not see any connection between me and those events. Therefore, I cannot be of help. Could you leave now? Fine then. Excuse us. Yeah. Alright then. Well, that didn't really turn out useful. Wonder about that. Now there are no leads left. It's getting early? Well, anyway, there isn't really any time left to sleep before the trial. Just drive me to the district court. I'll take a nap there. A nap? Hopefully not on the couch in the defendant lobby. I've heard that's a bad idea. Don't worry, I'll keep watch. Phoenix? There's really no need to. I know how he feels about me, but I can't forget about Diego. Isn't the time for my own love dilemmas. Should focus on the case. Oh. Are you harboring romantic feelings for your mentor? Well, that's a little concerning. In the end, I didn't get any sleep. Hopefully this wouldn't affect my abilities in the courtroom. Phoenix and I kept theorizing about the case and came up with several theories, but at that time I couldn't have predicted how insane the trial that awaited me would turn out to be. Courage. End of investigation. Do we auto load? Yeah, there we go. Well then, the cards have been dealt. Dramatic intro. I already know each hand. There should be no surprises. However, will the players play them as predicted? I don't know. Predicting the other players will be of the essence in order to win this game. I'm a bit worried about him. He might cause unpleasant surprises. It should be alright. I've done the research. He'll play as predicted. The same can probably be said about her, even though she is a legendary lawyer. How will you play? I'm looking forward to this match. Are you talking to me now? I suppose you are. Ah! It's time for the trial already? You're really pushing things with this trial right on the next day. Oh, don't worry. I'll be able to concentrate. Wasn't really worried. I know you're a different person in court. If the opponent's name is Von Karma, it doesn't matter as long as my client is innocent. So you're convinced there's more to this case than despite his confession? Look, we already went over this for the last few hours. Some things just don't match up. There are too many things left unexplained, and it would need a lot of coincidences. And no matter what the facts want me to believe, I'll always believe in my client. I mean, what would be your theory about this? I have no clue as well. I mean, there's this locked room we have to find an explanation for. The whole matter with the test of courage and the affair seems like something to go on with. There's also this cage. Wonder if I'll be able to figure out the reason for that. Let's hope for the best. Hope! There's always hope. May those who fear you rejoice when they see me, for I put my hope in your word. Ah, good morning, Mr. Berg. How are you? I can't deny a certain grade of nervosity. Today's the day I will receive judgment. Oh, there's no need to be. Just leave it to me. Oh, you will not fool me with that smile, for I already know how severe the situation really is. But I will hide nothing. I will tell them the truth of my sin. Yes, that's exactly what you should do. Don't worry. I will find the truth. Behind your truth. Mysterious words, my child. I will keep them in mind for the little time I have left. Goodbye.
Excuse me. The trial is about to commence. Please enter the courtroom now.
Of course. Ready to face whatever surprises would await me. But even I wasn't prepared for what was about to happen. Classic music. Court is now in session for the trial of Wesley Stickler. Are the prosecutor and defense ready? The defense would be ready, Your Honor. But you said something strange just now. Really? The name of the defendant should be Peter Berg, not Wesley Stickler. Huh? That can't be right. It says Wesley Stickler in the official documents. The official documents in this case being the Sprite file names, aren't they? They always use the official names exactly as is written on the person's papers. That's what he told you. The defendant's real name is Wesley Stickler. Oh, alright, so we're playing that straight then? Fair enough. So much for telling the truth. Well, now that that's cleared up, the defense is ready. As expected from you, Miss Faye. The same apparently can't be said about the prosecution. Summary judgment, GG, shake my hand. No real surprise. This being fashionably late seems to be quite common nowadays. What a disappointment. I was really looking forward to this confrontation. Legendary Miss Mia Faye against the undefeated Franziska von Karma. He does still know what he's supposed to do here, right? Oh, what a disappointment. What a pittance. Seeing how the prosecution has apparently no confidence in their case, my verdict is... It's gonna be Miles Edgeworth, isn't it? No, it's not gonna be Miles Edgeworth. He's a defense attorney in this universe. What's wrong, Your Honor? Ah, well... Usually this is the part where someone bursts in and objects. But it seems that this time the prosecution really has no intention of showing up anytime soon. Actually, someone did just come in, Your Honor. They just didn't object. Oh my, you're right. But that person doesn't look like Franziska von Karma. Who the hell is that? You're not Miss von Karma. Who are you? Relax, Grams. I'll start now. What? Who are you? Why are you not in frame? Hello? What? $20 you didn't see this one coming? I can't see you, so I can't tell. What? What? Ooh, Hazuma's here to run this show. What? The hell? What kind of dream is that? Oh, did you want Amelia versus Franziska case? Were you looking forward to it? Well, not happening. Your Honor, it's quite obvious that this person is not the actual prosecutor for this case. Hey, slow down, Booby Lady 2.0. The real prosecutor won't be coming. You'll have to settle with me. Okay. Do you have the qualifications to be here as a prosecutor? Oh, you're mad already. What is it? Am I not good enough for you? I'm sad now. Just kidding. He's completely ignoring my questions. Yeah, be careful. I've heard of this Hazma guy. This isn't the first time he's shown up. It's just legend that he can come out of nowhere. And his whole intention is to turn serious trials into a farce. I refuse. I won't let this trial go in that direction. My question still stands. Are you really a prosecutor? The tough type. Those just don't know what's good for them. Well, let me congratulate you. You found a legitimate reason to throw me out. Clap, 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 clap. Okay, that's smooth as hell. I like that. But wait. Whoops. Stop. There's a downside. What about you guys? Aren't you witnesses to this crime? I mean, I really wouldn't want to point out your personal connection to this crime. I mean, being lawyer and witness for the same crime is technically not legal here. You could be too involved and make up testimony to defend your client, or maybe even frame him. Usually they let this slide, but if you're pushing me, then we're both leaving the room. Is that true? Is it forbidden for a witness to be the defense attorney? I don't know. It's never caused any trouble for me. Well, great, and there's no way to check it right now. I wouldn't risk it. Sounds like something that could be a law. Totally calling the bluff, but if it actually is... Damn it, I don't know on the spot whether this is technically illegal for me or not. Well, are we in trouble now? What's it gonna be? Risk it or play safe? If I'm not even a prosecutor, according to you, what possible threat could I pose? The defense has no objections anymore. I'm going to regret this if you're taking me lightly, though. Don't ignore me. So you're the new prosecutor, then? Please state your name for the record, then. I'm the king. That's all you need to know. Call me Hazma. The king? Of which country? Why would a king be prosecutor? Jeez, are you pretending to be that dumb, or are you actually serious? I was feeling sorry for you. Well, real name's Yuki Terumi, King of Trollvania. King of Trollvania? Yep, problem with that, Judgy. This is a court of law. Hey, don't freak out. I'll show you how Hazma handles things like this. On second thought, just kidding. Please freak out. Seems like the rumors about this guy were true. Mr. Hazma, please give your opening statement. At least the judge is now trying to get things back under control. Opening statement? Who needs crap like that? Do I look like one of those losers to you that need to make a flashy over formal opening statement? I mean, seriously, if you don't know the facts about this case, you've chosen the wrong job. Please don't tell me you're that incapable, Judgy. No, of course not. Are you going to call your first witness then? Calling a witness? Seriously? There's no need for that. Hey, gifted miss, how about a deal? A deal? That's what I said, a deal. You understood correctly. Congratulations. You better accept it. The poor fellow over there is doomed anyway. Goes something like this. You admit his guilt and we punish him for manslaughter. If you refuse, on the other hand, he'll get found guilty for murder. I mean, going into jail for a while is still better than the chair. A fair deal, in my opinion. I admit the defendant's guilt for a lesser punishment? I should be mad about the turn this is taking, but I kind of love this. I kind of love this. And plus, of all things, to fucking throw in Hosmer, and yet also have him throw in a legitimate legal function that we don't normally see in these games. I'm actually kind of digging this. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna keep going next time. Until then.